Hello knitters, Faye Lim from Strands Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have a couple of classes and some spring yarns to talk about, so stay tuned. Okay, so this Saturday from 12 to 2 is the Shawl Class, our 5-part mini blanket class where you get to learn lots of different techniques. So that starts Saturday. There's no homework to this, so you just need to get your yarn and probably get a size 5 needle. If you're tighter, then get a 6, a 4 rather. If you're really loose, If you're tighter, do a 6. If you're loose, do a 4. I was on a 5. So this is the part we'll tackle on Saturday, and you start up here with what we call a little tab, and it's an interesting way. Most shawls start this way now, where you put 3 stitches on, you knit a bunch, and then you pick up stitches along the side, and then you have this little straight little thing. So that's that plus bobbles. Then we go into lace, and then we go into mosaic and cable and lace and twisted rib. So there's 5 classes. They're about five weeks apart, and the schedule is under here, and it's also on the newsletter, and it starts on Saturday. If you can, I've got a couple of people that are going to make it this Saturday, so they've actually already started theirs. It came to workshops, and you can come workshops anytime and start it, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun. It's a very fun shawl because nothing lasts for too long. It's pretty good. So that's this Saturday from 12 to 2. The next class coming up is the sweater class, our monthly sweater class. It's on Sunday the 18th from 10 to 12. You can start any sweater you want to. You can come back and work on sweaters that you've got going and you may be stuck in a certain place. If you're starting a sweater, you need to knit a swatch, and I want you to cast on 30 stitches. So everybody does, like, they look at the gauge and it says this many stitches is 4 inches. But we need the fabric in the middle that isn't touching the edges to measure the 4 inches. So it actually needs to be more like 6 inches wide, not 4 inches wide. So you're gonna cast on 30-ish stitches, and that'll be good enough. At least I've got at least 2 inches in the middle to measure out. And about this long, what is that, like 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches long, and it's just stockinette, knit a row, purl a row, and you're going to bring that. You're going to bring a shirt that you're going to measure so we can get the width that you want for sure, lengths and stuff out there, but lengths are easy to shift around, and your yarn, and that's what you need to come to class. Now the one I'm sort of highlighting this this class is this Sabai, S-A-B-A-I. And so this I did with the Junto. I have not woven my ends yet. It has been blocked. Turned out really pretty. So this is just a little shell, tank shell. Do we say shell anymore, or just do we say tanks? So using the word shell for this, is that like give away my age? So it's just a tank. There's 2 versions on the pattern. This one has just rolled the stockinette, and it rolls a little bit, and these actually are staying pretty flat, and so is the bottom one staying pretty flat too. They do have a version where you can do a ribbed at all the openings down at the bottom. You can rib. I just pick the simplest version. This is a very, very simple top. This is a really good first top. There's nothing hard about this. So this is I knitted it out of the Junto, which is a linen yarn. And so linen yarn, when you're knitting with it, is sort of like string, rope, because it's a plant fiber, and that's the way it sort of feels. This one's actually pretty nice because I've had others that like you're knitting with rope. But then you wash, and I did put this in the dry. I didn't totally dry it, but I did put it in the dryer. I probably would do it again because the more you do that, the softer it's going to get. So the texture has already shifted a lot. And I wet blocked this. I didn't steam this one because I want the texture of the fabric to shift, and so I want to soak it with the water and not just steam, and then lay it down to dry. I actually stuck it in the dryer for about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to get mostly dried, and then laid it down flat and got it up to the measurements I wanted. But we have other yarns that you can do. So we've got the Diversa, which I'm going to be talking about this too. So we have Diversa, that would do. I saw somebody made out of this, the Brittany made it out of this, And yeah, so we have several other yarns besides the linen if you didn't want to do linen and didn't, you know, don't care for linen or whatever. Then we have other yarns that you can do this particular pattern out of. So that's it for the classes right now. And so I'm going to talk about some yarns. Now, the Junto is a new yarn for us this year. These other yarns are from last year's that we still have sweater amounts of yarns, and they're really, really nice yarns. And so I'm going to go through stuff that we have, and but some of these might be discontinued. So you come in, sooner the better, come in, and as I said, we have sweater quantities of it. So, and get it, because some of these we can't reorder, but we sort of want them to get used because they're really, really nice yarns. So I'm going to start out with cotton silk tweed. This is a really nice soft yarn. This is the sweater that was made out of it, and I made another one with the pink and gray, which I'm guessing is at my house because I didn't see it here. So this is a sweater, which is a fun sweater. This is a really fun sweater to knit. It is a pretty basic sweater. If you've done a sweater before, any kind of sweater, you probably will do this. These stitch patterns are not hard at all, and they're repetitive, and it's dropped. So you're doing 4 rectangles, no shaping, except for at the no shaping, not even at the top, no shaping. So this is a really, really good beginning sweater. And you can do it plain. You could just stripe it without the patterns, or you can do it all in one color with the patterns. Like, you can do several different versions of this. So that's the cotton silk tweed. It's really soft. It's a really nice yarn. And this is what is this one? Cotton silk. This is a sport. So that's a little bit, you got worsted. This is how thick the yarn is, right? Then you got DK, then you have sport, then you have fingering. So I'm not sure what I was on for that one. Hold on just a second. Okay, I used a 4 and a 6 for this sweater using this. So you're not like on, and the 4 was for the rib, and the rest of the time you were on the 6. So it's not teeny tiny yarns. It's really nice yarns. It's really soft. It's very soft and quite wonderful for summer. Okay, the next one we have is Brittany, and this is a worsted weight yarn, and it's a marled yarn, meaning the colors they're twisted. There are different color applies that are twisted together, and you get this. And so I'm going to be putting pictures up here so you can sort of see what the fabric looks like. But this is not that yarn. This isn't this yarn, but it's a yarn very similar to this. The makeup of it is very similar. This is our Cancun top. So that's about how it knits up. It's sort of just a marled look. It doesn't stripe or anything. It's just a marled look. So the colors are distributed very evenly because they're twisted with the yarn. So this is also a beginning top. This is 2 rectangles, no sleeves. And then again, these stitch patterns are very simple. But this is a fabulous beginning yarn. We do pattern. We do this as a beginning pattern all the time. Again, 2 rectangles. It's easy. So that's an option, and that would be with Brittany. Okay, next one is Diversa. This is a sport weight yarn. This is let me see, I wrote all this down so I didn't have to. 74 cotton, 26 rayon, and it's quite a lovely yarn. So this is the sweater that Christine knitted up last year out of it. This one right here, which has a little tie in the back. It's adorable. But we also have this one is made up, and we have this one also made up. This is like striping colors, different colors of the yarn, because these are solid colors, so they just sort of striped them. And I think they did, that looks like it's actually that yarn. I wonder if they combined. Hold on, let me look. Yes, Mosaico. So they combined this one and this one for that sweater. So this one and that one, so that's the Mosaico and the Diversa. And so you can see the Diversa is the solid colors, and the Mosaico is the striping colors. There you go. So a sweater with using both those yarns. It's so light and lovely. It's lovely. It's a really light sweater. This is a really lightweight yarn. Okay, so that's Mosaico. Now going back to, no, that's not. That's Diversa. That's Diversa. Okay, so now going on to Mosaico. What we had in the store for Mosaico was this really beautiful shawl. So it has quite a watercolor thing happening. And that's sort of what you saw on this top. It's sort of very watercolor-like. This is where you're looking at the pearl side. They put the pearl side on the outside. But you can see how that's sort of like a watercoloring effect, how it moves, how the color moves. So that's what Mosaico does. And again, you can do anything out of this. I put one more sweater up here that's like the most popular sweater that's been knit out of this yarn. But you could do pretty much anything out of this yarn. It's also soft. It's really great. So the Mosaico is a cotton linen rayon blend. Okay, and the last one we're going to talk about is Promesa. Now, the sweater's on our mannequin. But what's really amazing about this yarn, so this is a cotton Promesa. It is a cotton and rayon blend, and it feels like t-shirt material. It's a tube. I don't think it's actually a tube. Yeah, it is a tube. So it's like a crocheted tube. And it feels like t-shirt material. That's the texture of it. So we have a sweater done, and I'll put the sweater up here out of it, but anything and anything summery would be really good out of this. And so that's the Promesa. All right, that gives you some stuff to pick from. We're getting a few more springs still, and summer still haven't arrived yet. Christine did stock all of our cottons now. So all of our worsted cottons and DK cottons that we use all the time, they're wash and dryable and all that stuff. That's all, and we have a chunky one too. Those are all back in, like all back in. And the chow is stocked up. That's also a super wash, like baby stuff, really good. So that's what she's been stocking and having to try to get into our shelves here, because I think she said it was like 6 cases of yarns came in like in a 2-day period. It's a lot of yarn for our tiny little store. So anyway, so it's here. We got lots of yarn in stock. These are some really good summer ideas. As I said, I don't know. I know some of these have been discontinued. I don't know exactly which one, and some of them are okay. You could get them. But we have smaller quantities of each of these. So if you want to come in and grab them while they're here, that's probably a really good idea. And of course, any of these can be done like, one of them I saw, I could put the picture up here. So this one, they did a Sophie scarf out of this. It looks really pretty. And this is just like, it's cotton. So it's like really nice along your neck and everything. But they did a Sophie scarf. So scarves, shawls, all that stuff can be used obviously with this. But it's just really good summer top tanks, lightweight. All of these you can put up on bigger needles so that the fabric is airier. You don't necessarily want to tie like a regular sweater fabric, but you can put it up so that it's airier, and you wear a tank under it or something. So lots of ideas in the studio right now. So come on in and check it out. And I guess that's it for today. And I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.